has to be very careful. But that also depends on the species. Now there are some, we have cut this into half because of demonstration, but ideally we would split it whole, because what that does, it gives us a longer strand of fiber to work with, so that when you're going through the process, because of the too much waste along the way, you don't end up with a small hair, so that you can remain with some bits of it. Yeah. Yeah, so some of them have like large stems, and others have small, and others are longer than the others. So depends on the species you're using, really. You see this is 100 grams. So the process is very rudimentary, so it produces a lot of waste. So we want to, that is what I talked about, product optimization. One, to reduce on the amount of waste, but two is to improve the product. So when we finish the process of extracting, the ones we've seen in the garden, we get this when the fiber is dry. So after we take it through the process, it will look like this. So that's the next stage. You see, yeah, it keeps reducing. Then we go here. Then we comb this to get this. You just comb it? Yeah. We want to make this mechanized. We want to fabricate a machine. There are prototypes in India and China. So we want to get one, then fabricate some here at home to do this manual process. This is the hardest part. This here is the hardest part. Yeah, for you to comb this, to get this. Yeah. So then we dye. Yeah, different colors. Even when you touch the textures, they are quite different. You see this? And it can hold a cow. A cow? Yeah. If you've tied like the smaller ones, they are really firm. Yeah. This is the natural color. This is how it comes out. Now if I comb out this one, it will not look like this. It will be whiter. Or depending on the species. Yes. Thank you guys for joining us. My name is cultonscovia. We're back with her story. Today we have Juliet. She's an entrepreneur. It's been a very sensitive talk and a very important discussion on environmental conservation. Juliet chose to go the positive way of conserving the environment. The banana stems and all that you throw away from your banana gardens, she has something to do with it. Unfortunately, my hair is not environmental friendly, but her hair is environmental friendly. At the end of this episode, we shall fix that. We shall know how we're moving away from these type of hair extensions and all that are not environmental friendly to where she wants us to be. My name is once again cultonscovia. Thank you for joining us. Juliet. First of all, thank you for coming to speak to us about this very interesting topic that I am very passionate about. Yeah. So it's a long story where this started from. It comes from different things. Some from a good place, some from a bit of frustrations. Yeah. So the positive one I could say is I worked for a very long time with USAID, and I was managing livelihoods projects, and part of the farmers that we supported were banana farmers. Okay. And we had to figure out, how to do value addition. Okay. And at that point in time, we were looking at the fruit, the banana fruit, and nothing else. okay?
The juice, the food, and that's all.
And that's all. But
Or even the banana leaves we use for cooking.
for cooking, but that was basically it. So of course, like you see in this garden right now,
Yeah.
all this stuff is being used for mulching. It's probably not the only option available, but when I looked at what other people were doing with for example the dry banana, what do they call them? Banana ebiai. They use them for artwork, making bags, mats, and stuff like that. So I was thinking, can't these things be transformed into something more useful than the dry stuff? So at that point I started doing some research, and I found out there are people in other countries that are using the stems, the actual stems, for doing other things like fabric. But mostly what I landed on was fabric, and I looked at the way they were doing it, and it really caught my eye. And I started thinking, yeah, this could actually be turned into hair. Yeah. So we started on the actual research, worked with scientists to find out if this can actually work for what I was thinking about. Of course, it also came from a place of frustration. Many women will tell you we have problems, we get allergic reactions, itchy scalp, the itchy scalps. I mean, you've seen women, doing that, but nobody has ever explained to them that hair that every woman loves to wear, most of it actually is plastic synthetic. And it has very toxic substances that actually cause scalp irritation, dryness, and all those things that happen to women, okay?
There are times you scratch the head and you're like, what's going on?
Exactly. So it is those chemicals that
Actually, people might think your head is very dirty.
Exactly. And the smell that comes out of that hair is also because of the chemical compounds in the synthetic hair. But I mean, this is information that is not shared by anybody. Most women don't know about it. But also thinking about when I started to understand what kind of hair we were using and the potential dangers it has caused to our environment. And of course, part of the things that we were very passionate about in my work with USAID is conservation of the environment, okay? So when I started to understand that hair, I thought there must be alternatives, okay? There must be. So that led into that, and everything brought together, kind of made up the whole idea. So a lot of women actually do not know where this hair goes. When you, for example,
when I throw it away,
exactly where do you throw it?
I just take it to the rubbish bin.
Exactly.
I don't know what next.
In the stuff that decomposes, maybe mixed with boveras and everything. Okay, I mean, it is as bad as the cavera, probably even worse. Okay, so these things end up in our soils.
You throw it there, leave it for 4 months, you'll
find it in the same state. Okay, same thing with cavera. That thing will take 400 years. 400 years.
How many generations?
I don't know. So you imagine what is going to happen to the next generation, our children, our children's children, and everybody that comes after that. So it's a great danger to our environment, and I think we have found an alternative, a healthy alternative, good for the environment, and I guess it's a healthy, People around the world are now embracing plant-based, organic, biodegradable options. So I mean, why not? This is something that we can do using our own locally sourced material. So I think it is something we should really embrace and put out there so that Ugandans can know that we have
something environmental friendly and good for the women.
Exactly.
So how many people do you employ apparently?
Right now I have 10 people, but most of the others are really temporary. But I like to work with women, with young people, and that is it is something I'm very intentional about. I understand the issues that surround involvement of women, you know, in some of these industries. And another group I'm very passionate about is people with disabilities. They're very
Vulnerable.
not vulnerable, but there's a way they are continuously being excluded from important things, and yet they're a very productive group of people.
The employment sector sometimes excludes them,
Yeah.
thinking they're incapable of,
Yes.
of doing the work.
I have worked with them before, and they're very productive.
Yeah.
I can tell you. So for us, we are about inclusion. Everybody matters. So we look at those groups of people that need help, that can actually be engaged in a meaningful way. Young people, women. I mean, women will be very interested in something like this. Young people,
And of course, being part of the process that gets them the beauty they want.
Exactly. So yeah, we're very intentional about that bit.
So what is the process? And not going into the detail, but I want to understand. You get them from here. How do I get this product? Oh, that not this. That product you have. Not this. That.
Maybe he will demonstrate.
Okay.
So we cut down the stem, and we prefer to use it in its fresh form, because then it will give us a good fiber. So another thing I didn't tell you is that we do not use all bananas. We have.
What do you mean?
There are specific species that we use.
Oh.
So not all bananas can do the hair or bring out the product the way we want it. There are a few that we are using, and we are doing more research to find out if they are a bit more, or if we can actually go into the lab and create specific species that are not fruit producing, but specifically for fiber.
That's the step you're taking.
That's the step we're taking, and the reason we're doing that is because we do not want to cause disruption in the food security system.
Oh.
Yeah, because we don't want farmers now to go away from producing food and then, you know, focus on this. So we want to make sure that everything is running parallel to each other. So we don't want to cause a disruption in the food chain.
I was imagining I grow my banana plantation. I call you, hey, I have an acre, and all you want is the stem, and not, I mean, it doesn't matter at what stage the banana is, you just want the stem.
So we want to work with farmers and make them understand that the fruit is important, but everything else on this plant is used.
Yeah.
Up to the root. I don't know whether you've found out.
Yeah, I've seen before.
Yeah. So everything is useful. So farmers need to know that there's nothing we can throw from this very beautiful plant. Yeah. So when we are ready to get our raw materials, we cut down the stem, then we split it into small pieces, not really small. So we take the split parts we run it through an extraction machine. Okay, so that extraction machine removes some of the content in the fiber and in the stem at that point, and a lot of it is really water. So I will show you later what it looks like when you have extracted it. So after we have done that, we dry the fiber, then it becomes no, it doesn't become hair. So we take it through we take it through a process, a treatment process, and then it becomes hair.
Is that your hair reusable?
It is. You can use it as much as you want, as long as you can manage it well.
For now, what is your market?
Right now, our market is still growing. Most of it is here, and some people are in Congo, in the US, in the UK, in Australia.
Your market is already out.
Those people appreciate it.
And we don't know anything about your product.
It is still at the high end. and an ordinary Ugandan may not really afford the product. So, of course, there are those who can afford it. There are those who have bought it. I have customers here. But we do not want to keep it at that scale because we are trying to solve a problem that is bigger than we can imagine. So we want to make sure that we create efficiencies along the production process so that this product is cheap for every Ugandan to afford. And we're also thinking this should be, you know, a household name, a household product.
Yeah.
You know, people should go into salons and choose that instead of, you know, anything else because of the benefits it comes with.
Have you ever gone through the downtown Kampala, the Gazaland?
Yeah.
A lot of that synthetic hair. I look forward to the day I will see your hair down that side.
Definitely, because we are not just doing this for a small, you know, group of people. We are looking at the bigger picture, okay? And the bigger picture is to solve a big problem, especially of our environment. Looking at generations ahead, what's going to happen, okay? Years from now, what are our children going to, you know, to face? Will they be able to even, you know, plant this thing in a very contaminated, you know, environment. Okay, so yes, that is our vision. Not even vision, it is our dream. Okay, our dream to see that whatever you see downtown, whatever you see everywhere that is costing 3,000 shillings, 2,000 shillings can actually be replaced by our product. We want to make a good quality product, but is also, that is also, you know, competitive on the market, so that people actually have, you know, an option. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, there are people with very soft fingers. Can actually somebody plait their own hair?
Yes, you
Using
can.
those extensions?
Yeah, you can.
They can.
Yeah. It is, you will feel it. The texture is okay. Of course, we are going to be making, right now, even when you feel it, the textures may not be the same. So people prefer different textures. But for now, what we have is for braiding. So we want to move into something like what you're wearing. Yeah. So we want to diversify and have different, you know, different types. I don't know whether that's what's called, but different types of hair, so that people can be comfortable. If people don't want to wear braids, they can wear a wig, they can wear curly hair, they can, you know, have, you know, different options, so that they say, your hair is good, but, you know, you don't have, you know, what I'm looking for. No, we want to make sure we understand our customer needs and customize our products to those needs.
So
Yeah.
apparently, are you into extensions, wigs, or which type exactly?
Not yet. The only thing we can do is probably the wigs of the braided wigs, but not anything else. We are still undergoing a process of product, you know, optimization, but also from that point we go into how to get these other products like the wigs and the stuff that people like with the human hair and all that stuff. We are going to get there.
And how long has it taken you to get to that stage?
We started, what I didn't tell you earlier is this research I was telling you about was around 2015. Then around 2017 we had a product, a prototype, let me say, prototype. Yeah. So 2018 started doing some, you know, testing on, you know, customers and things like that. And people started buying 2019, 2020, COVID came, and of course there are some disruptions that happened, but we are now back and we are moving. Yeah. So I want everybody to be able to afford this product, but that is also going to come at a cost. Yeah, it's going to take a bit of time, but we are going to slowly work on that process.
Okay. What exactly is required for you to get there?
The most important thing is mechanization. we have to highly mechanize for each of those processes to be able to, because I'll tell you, if I need to produce, for example, a kilo of hair, just a kilo of hair, it can take me 2 to 3 weeks.
Oh.
Yeah. So it is that long. So if I can reduce those 3 weeks to 1 day, can you imagine how much I will make?
Produce.
That's a lot, and it not be 1 kilo, to probably be a ton of hair in a day.
It takes
Okay.
you 3 weeks to produce a kilo.
Yeah.
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 Now I
So
understand the cost.
yeah, because the cost, you have to get people to to work on and they are not. I don't have many people to work with.
Yeah.
Then the process itself, you have to wait for 2 days for this to dry. You have to wait for 2 days for this to happen. So if you have machines that are taking care of all those things, then it's going to reduce on that entire time. So you'll be able to produce more at a cheaper
So right
cost.
now every process is manual.
Apart from the extraction,
Yeah.
the rest of the process is manual.
Okay, we like bananas. Actually, the price of food right now has gone up.
Yes.
A bunch of banana is between 25,000 to 50,000. So you don't want this type of, you don't want this, you call it the very old bananas.
They're the traditional.
Oh, the traditional.
Not all of them. Not all of them. Not all of them. Yeah. So, some of them we actually use.
Oh.
Yeah. Some of
Where
them
do you
no.
get them now?
We have farmers that we work with, and some of these farmers are organized in cooperatives. Some are individual farmers in Chiboga, in Mubende, some even around these areas.
Wakito.
Yeah, I have a farmer in Bukerere. Yeah, that can give me even 1,000 stems if I wanted them.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's about how much you can consume.
Yes. Yeah. That is not yet a problem, the raw material. It is still available. But of course, like I said, we have to start now thinking ahead, okay? Is this going to be enough? There's already research that is being done on the sustainability of this raw material. For in different periods of time, 5 years, 10 years, what's going to happen 50 years from now. So if there's going to be scarcity, what plans are we putting in place to ensure that one, we don't affect the food chain, secondly production is not stalled, and that we have constant supply of these raw materials. So that might involve even working with more partners like in the East African region, who have some good banana varieties. Yeah.
Where do I throw it? How long does it take to decompose?
You can throw it in normal compost.
Okay.
Where they take it to that place in Chitezi, where it will decompose within maybe 2 weeks to a month.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Wow.
When you expose it to conditions that allow it to decompose, it will decompose.
Okay.
Yeah. Like the way the other waste
Yeah.
is managed.
Waste materials.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I think then we shall have some fresh air to breathe.
I guess. I mean,
with not much of the synthetic we burn.
Yeah, it's these things of environmental protection. You just have to be intentional about it. Walk the talk. It's not an issue of just talking about it. What are you actually doing? No, the only thing that people talk about is planting trees, but for how long are we going to plant trees? So for us, we are working with many partners, including NARO, and we want to promote banana growing as one of the options to make Uganda green.
Okay.
Yes, because it contributes hugely to the reduction of all those carbon emissions and things like that. So that is one of the things we are really pushing for. We want to make Uganda green through bananas. So it's this is a gold mine.
Gold mine?
Yeah. Bananas is a gold mine.
Okay, do you have any plantation yourself or you entirely rely on farmers?
I do have, but it's not sufficient. It's about 5 acres. So, but it's not sufficient.
Mm.
Yeah.
I
So,
know bananas take long to grow.
yeah.
You,
So,
8 to 8 months.
yeah, so that is the reason we are working with the cooperatives. Cooperatives are organized by NARO, so we work with them. So at least we know that in this cooperative there are this number of farmers, and they can be able to give us this amount of fiber. We don't even want to buy the stems from them. We want to actually train them to be able to do the extraction. And maybe as time goes on, even train them, to make the hair, and they become our suppliers, and we shall be the link to the market. We just want to create some of those efficiencies even at that level, to make sure that the process is not disrupted and that the demand is actually met. The demand is there, but the problem is then the supply end makes it a bit difficult because of the time it takes.
The production
Yes.
duration.
Yeah. Someone will tell you, I want 100 kilos. It might take me a whole year to give you those 100 kilos. Yeah, I've had clients who want, I want 100 kilos in a month. I'm like, I can't.
Because you need a lot to produce.
Yeah, 2 ladies from France called me, they want 100 kilos. And I'm like, no,
I can't.
I can't. If I tell you I'll give them to you, I'll be lying. I'll eat your money and not give you the product. What does that make me? I have to retain the integrity of myself and the company. So, yeah.
And of course the client,
Exactly.
the client relationship.
Exactly. So, yeah, we have to be very realistic and work with, within our manageable interest. The way I have invested in the product, I have to figure out how to invest. Okay, if we get support from somewhere, well and good, but we're also thinking about how to find support, but also how to finance, whether through the available options, for example in Uganda Development Bank, and
Microfinance support center.
yeah, things like that. We're looking at all those options, but of course we do not want to put ourselves in a position where we are not begging, but borrowing to invest, and then you know how it is. Yeah. So yeah, we have to find various options to support that process. Of course, we are writing grants and things like that, but if they don't come, then what? Yeah, of course, we are looking for ways to partner with government through their different entities like OWC, because they're talking about issues of value addition. And there are many things going on, parish model things, in OPM. So we have to find a way to identify some of those partnerships and synergies where we can, work together to solve, some of these issues. It's a good idea. I mean, if anybody would be interested in supporting it, I would, welcome it, really. Yeah.
Okay.
But we are not seated. We are thinking every day about every possibility. Yeah.
I don't know how much we invest in actually tree planting. You plant a tree, but there are no laws to protect the trees we plant. You plant it today, tomorrow they cut it. I wish the force or the energies are diverted into, things like this.
Yeah, and what you're saying is right. And we do not want to find ourselves in such a situation. We want, actually this is one of the things that we have been talking about with NARO and the Minister of STI. we have to get organized, because when you're organized, you can lobby better, you can get things, done better. We need protection.
Wow, thank you so much. This is a
Welcome.
very, very wonderful discussion.
Thank you.
I hope we shall be able to visit you very soon.
Yeah, yeah.
When the product chain grows.
Yeah, not so far away from now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a Christian. I
You
believe, I
believe?
have faith.
Sure. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for sharing your innovative idea. There is a philosopher who said, before you ask for what your country has done for you, what have you done for your country?
Exactly, and that I want that to be my contribution.
Thank you so
That's
much.
why I'm not waiting for government to invest. No,
You
I
have to
have.
put in your own,
Yeah.
your energy, your money. This is Cheveux Organic, a French word meaning organic hair. So from the process we saw in the garden, we get this raw material or this fiber. And now when it is extracted, it is actually combed. We get this hair. After getting the process done, the product is packaged very well in the Cheveux Organic paper packaging box. It actually decomposes. So this is paper. So you can have your hair, you dispose of the way you want. Everything is very organic. This is Cheveux Organic Bio Extensions. Thank you for watching. My name is cultonscovia. See you next time.